All right, we're on YouTube now, broadcasting the mom and dad workout to the world. So hopefully, mom and dads everywhere will be able to pull up this workout and do some nice, gentle movements to take care of themselves during this coronavirus we're all dealing with. So we're going to start with something to open up the shoulders and the upper body. It's called the upper body matrix. The purpose of this is just to reach really as far as you can. So I want you to alternate. Reach up with one arm and reach up as if you're reaching onto a shelf that's out of reach. So you're really extending up really high, and alternate. Keep one arm ready to go by the shoulder and repeat. Don't move the head from side to side. Just keep going, 10 on each side, breathing deeply as you do the motion. 4, 5, 6. Keep your head steady. Don't bend your spine to the side. Just reach and try to distract your shoulder from the joint. Get it all the way up there. 8, 9, 10. Now do the same thing on a 45-degree angle, like you're handling a cab, but you got to reach a little farther. Okay, reach and reach a little farther. 2. Breathing deeply the whole time. Fill your lungs and empty them. Reach and reach.
We're going to get royalties on this?
Hopefully. Move that right arm, Dad. Yep. Good job, Mom.
Call me Rick.
I lost count. Now let's go to the next step in the upper body matrix. Reach behind your same side shoulder. Reach behind and alternate and try to bring your elbow as high as you can in line with your ear. So maybe you can only get to here. Try to go a little farther. Try to really reach back there. Reach. Breathing deeply. Just enjoy the movement. Stretching your arms and shoulders in a way that they don't get on our iPads and computers. Got to open everything up. I think that's about 10. And now the next step in this movement is reaching across the body to the opposite shoulder. And reach. Really try to reach far. If you have a lot of pain doing any of these movements, then just go a little or shorten the range slightly. Don't stop. If it hurts, just don't go as far. And over time, repeating this, you should be able to increase the distance that you can travel. You can also reach and crawl down, and then lift your fingers and hold before you disengage.
You're holding on to your back?
I'm crawling down to assist the stretch, and then I'm going to keep my arm there as I release.
Gotcha. Okay, so I hold on and release. Woo.
Do a few more. Okay, good. Now let's add more shoulder movement. This is shoulders rolling forward and rolling back. And really emphasize the pinching back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Breathing. Forward and back. Keep going. Inhaling and exhaling. Couple more. And now for all of you that have a stiff neck, a lot of times shoulder discomfort can come from the neck. So we're going to stand tall and just try to tuck our chins. What a chin tuck means is you're not looking down. You're actually, a lot of people have a forward head from bad posture, from just habits. Bring your ears back over your shoulder. Try to envision pulling your chin back away from something, like a smelly finger. Okay, the stinky finger. Give yourself a double chin. Okay, this will help to stretch the vertebrae in the back of your neck and can really help to keep them limber and lubricated. Keep going. 5 more tucks. 4.
Chin in, chin out.
Release.
Breathe. Breathe. Keep it down.
And now let's take that tucked position right into a head circle. Drop your head to one side. Let it fall back. Rotate slowly to the other side. And then drop forward, all without moving your torso. Just do this up high in the neck. 10 times the same direction.
Take your time.
And take your time.
Makes me dizzy.
May help to focus on a point or two as you do it so you don't get dizzy. You may hear some noise in your neck as you do this. That's normal and should dissipate over time as you repeat it. If it hurts, don't stop. Just don't go as far. See if you can do it in a smaller motion so that it doesn't hurt. And now let's go the other way.
Breathing.
Always breathing. Always want a nice flow there, continuously moving, especially if you have high blood pressure. Never want to strain without exhaling. Okay, now let's tuck our elbows into our sides and strengthen the muscle that helps us to pinch our shoulders back. You're going to separate your hands, keeping your elbows at your sides as much as you can. Feel the pinch behind your shoulder blades, and then come together, one hand on top of the other, pressing into your body now, keeping your elbows down at your side. Elbows down, squeeze, push. Those are in the back of your shoulder. Exhale and squeeze. Give yourself a nice hug. And now again, open. Okay. Now squeeze in, switch one hand on top. Keep alternating the hands in front, elbows tight to your sides. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Feel the pinch.
Where am I feeling the pinch in the front?
The pinch of it, when you squeeze in like this, you're working the internal rotators, which are up in the front of the shoulder. Okay, now let's move back to the spine and move a little lower. We did the neck, we did the head circles, that's for the cervical vertebrae. Now we're going to try to move down into the thoracic area. Thoracic is where you have ribs. I want you to imagine you placed a gear here in the middle of your chest, and from that point, this is where you're going to bend from, not from here. So I want you to imagine just rotating to the side from up high in your spine, and you're reaching down one leg, and then come the other way. Now, keep that chin. Don't flex forward at this point or lean back too far. And squeeze. And squeeze. Keep it up high. Good. Now let's let that gear move lower and transition down, and let's get more of a bend from our lumbar spine and reach as if you're trying to reach down to pick up something on the ground from the side.
You got something in the,
Breathing.
pushing on the hill.
I recommend exhaling as you go down. It's going to help you to collapse more.
Inhale.
Good. Now, that's lateral flexion, okay? The spine also rotates, so moving back up to the upper body, hips staying straight. Put a hand on each shoulder just to get them out of the way, and keep that chin tucked. So a nice, tall, neutral spine. And turn your shoulders together without moving your pelvis. Keep your head facing forward, and now come the other way and rotate.
Head straight.
Exhale as you turn,
Try to keep your ribs or your hips forward.
hips stay forward.
It's hard.
As you turn, inhale as you come forward. You might not be able to move much. It's better not to move much and to do it right than to try to move so much and have your hips follow. So keep your hips straight,
Head straight.
keep your head straight. Feel it. You'll feel this. You may feel it in your oblique muscles. You may feel it in your back. It's okay. It's important to work these areas. Good. All right, now let's do the same thing with the hips. Keep the shoulder steady and just try to rotate the pelvis on its own. And now you're increasing the mobility of your lower back, your lumbar spine. Don't sway. Don't sway. Stay perfectly centered, swiveling your hips. And there's not a lot of motion here. Maybe 20 degrees when your knees are straight and nothing's following.
Like you're wringing out a towel.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's hard to do. It's hard to isolate this.
Great. Now the spine also bends forward, as most people know, and it also bends back and extends, which we need to do more of. We need to look at the stars more often. So first, let's flex forward and round your back. Reach down between your legs, and now come up and extend and bend your spine the other way, looking up as high as you can. Down and exhale.
Exhale. Exhale.
Am I bending?
Yeah, flex, and now come up and extend. You turn sideways. Okay. Down and flex, like you're bending over something.
Let your head hang.
Head hangs, yep, everything flexes forward, and raise and extend. Back down. Good, looks good. All right, hopefully everybody's feeling a little more open in the upper body. Now let's start to open up the hips, and we'll do the lower body matrix. So step back right on the line. Okay, you're gonna take 3 different steps on each side. Let's go to the same side, and then let's go to the right, and then we'll do the left. So first, step forward with the right foot, okay? And now push yourself back. You don't need to do a
I'm not
lunge at this
lunging.
point, just a nice big step with a slight knee to the side, a little larger, okay? Bend your knee and push back. And now open up your toe and point to the corner of the room. Good. Heel flat, pushed, and now push back. And repeat. Forward, side, back,
Easy to lose your balance on that one.
forward. Feel the hips open, and they rotate and open. Forward, side, back. Breathing. Go at your own pace. You can pause this later when it's not live. Do it at your own pace. Never want to fall. Keep yourself safe. Good. Now let's go to the other side. Okay, left leg traveling. Okay. Forward, side.
This one's easier.
You may
Because
feel
I'm right-handed.
Yeah, you'll feel a difference. Sides are not often equal. A lot of things can knock them off. Injuries, posture. If you feel comfortable doing this, try to lengthen your stride a little bit, especially when you go to the side and back. Only if you feel safe and stable.
Breathe.
And slow down if you must. Good. That's the lower body matrix. Excellent for your hips.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, good workout. Stay with me if you can. We're gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take a downshift. Actually, that was meant to sequence into a short period of time where we're gonna keep the heart rate up. Okay, so it's not gonna last long. It's just gonna be about 5 to 6 minutes of more continuous movement, keeping the heart elevated so you get an aerobic benefit with the movements that we're doing. And then we'll shift back down and do some floor work where you can catch your breath. So now that you had that core body matrix mastered, we're gonna try to just move from side to side. So it's very similar. You're just gonna step to one side, okay, come back, step to the other. So shuffling back and forth, coming back to that center position. Breathing, stay loose. Just enjoy the process of moving your body sideways. We always go forward. You need to go more to the side and back. We'll do about 45 seconds of this total. Shauna will let me know when the time is up because I don't have my watch. And she's a musician, so she has a metronome. Go ahead and check her work. It'll be perfect. As is
Can
her-
we hop if we want?
Yeah, you could
feel
go as
comfortable?
fast as you're comfortable, but don't risk falling. Okay, I think that's about time. Excellent. So your heart rate should still be up. It's up from the lower body matrix. It's up from our side shuffle. Now you're going to move over to the step that I asked you to be near, and we're going to do high step ups. Okay, go at your own pace. Try to do 10 to 15, maybe 20, and then we'll switch legs. So on this, you're going to lead with the same leg. So from here, so left, right, left. She's leading right, left, right, left. Five. Keep breathing. Stay loose. Go as slow as you need to. If you can't do it on the stair that you found, it hurts your knee, Find a stair that's not as high. If you don't have a stair that's low, find something else you can step onto that's not as challenging. Okay, switch sides. Now left, right, the other leg. Heart rate's coming up. You're breathing in and out deeply. You're staying loose. One more. Nice. Now, just to give you a little downshift, we're gonna do a little more for your heart in a minute, but to help you catch your breath, bring both feet together and balance all the way together. Why don't you come off the stair, or stand on the floor. I don't want you elevated doing this. Come away from the stairs, get to a safe area. Single leg balance. Lift up one leg just slightly off the ground. If you can't lift your leg up all the way, then just lift your heel and just touch your toe, okay? Try to balance, so lift and hold. Navel in, breathing in, breathing out. You're improving over there in Syracuse, New York. Much better. Good. And now switch. You may feel the lower leg burning. That's a good thing. You're working all the small muscles you need for good balance. It's also challenging for your brain. Keep the knees straight but not locked. Good. Push yourself on that. If you can hold it longer, hold it longer. A way to make it harder is to bend your knee slightly. So if you turn your side view. Now, okay, good. Come up on one leg, lift the foot. Can you do the other one? And now bend this knee and sit your hips back slightly. No, push your butt back. There. You see how she tilted her pelvis? That gets the glute. Now all the muscles are firing higher up than in the lower leg.
So like you're gonna sit.
This position is just going to be more challenging than the straight leg balance. So let's try that. Okay, so bend your knees slightly, and then try to lift one leg. Keep your floating foot very close to the ground. In case you lose your balance, you can quickly put it down. Okay, and switch.
So we're squatting and then lifting.
Keeping your chest up and your chin tucked. Get your chin tucked. Excellent. Now, that works your leg muscles, that works your core, that works your brain. It's a great exercise. Now, just being a little cruel, I'm going to have you go right into a sit to stand. So get the chair I asked you to bring. Have a seat. Let's take 30 seconds just to recover. Take a few deep breaths into your rib cage. Place your fingers on your floating ribs. Breathe in and feel your rib cage expand as you breathe in. Breathe out and compress your ribs together. Draw your navel in, squeeze. That's the action that helps you to breathe. Breathe in and expand, open up that bellows. Breathe out, close it down. Breathe in and expand your ribs. Breathe out. Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out, and you can assist. Feel your ribs move. Here. Place your hands, fingers right on your ribs, right on your intercostals.
Like you're blowing up a balloon inside of your ribs.
Yeah. When you draw your ribs open, that's drawing air in like a vacuum. Fill that balloon, expand your entire rib cage.
feel it into your back as well.
All right. Now, hopefully you recovered a little bit. Let's go into sit to stands. You're going to go from the seated position, okay? Raise your tails, kind of sit in a lower back, a nice healthy position with an arch in your lower back. Why don't you reach your arms forward and push yourself up out of the seat. Go ahead. And then slowly let yourself back down. Okay, touch, don't collapse, and then come back up and repeat. Breathe out. Down and breathe in.
Don't sit firm.
Up and breathe out. Down and breathe in. Up and breathe out.
Just touch it, don't sit down.
Make sure that, just be aware of your knee position. Up and breathe out. Your knees shouldn't be buckling. One shouldn't be popping in. Keep them right over your ankles. You want to be able to draw a line from your hip to your ankle through your knee. You hurt your knee if you let that knee waver in or out. If you're having trouble doing that, make sure you're not pronating or your feet aren't turning in. Keep your weight distributed on the outside of your feet. Up and breathe out. Down and breathe in. Keep your weight slightly on the outside of your feet.
Exhale up.
Not sitting all the way down. Squatting.
Sit all the way down, Joe. Breathe out. Breathe in. How many do we have, folks?
Probably 12.
Okay, let's go 8 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. We're almost finished with the hard part, folks.
Is it important
Few more.
to put the weight back here?
Yes, yeah, you're using your butt. You want to use your buttocks.
Using your butt and your quads. You're not using your knees to
Very
get
well.
up.
But you just focus on using your buttocks up with your hips. Okay, last one. Push up. Excellent. Now, actually, sit back down. Take a rest. Nice job. Take a few moments, and then when you're ready, let's just do some shoulder flexion. Bring your elbows up in a wide position, as high as you can, and then back down in front of you, elbows straight. Okay, straight in front and up, not here.
Just keep your arms
Straight
straight.
up. Spread them out. Breathe.
Nope, just keep it wide. Just stay in a wide position.
Your arms to try to go.
You want, you might have, so I'd love for you to be able to get your arm up in line here, but a lot of you won't be able to do that. Get as high as you can and struggle to get a little higher and then come down. And develop it over time, but this will help to loosen up the shoulders. Keep going in Syracuse. I see one of you moving. There we go. Don't do that again. Okay, one more. Next, I'm going to want you to get up out of the chair with that good form we just worked on. Keep your little arch and push yourself out of that chair. Tall spine, good. Now, let's get rid of the chair. Back up a step for me. We're going to get down on our knees. So step forward into a lunge position. Drop yourself down slowly. Put the other knee back and kneel. Back up a little bit there. Can you see your knees? Actually, turn sideways. Now it's a kneeling butt squeeze. So you're kneeling. You got a tall spine with your chin tucked. Okay, try to give yourself a slight double chin. And now just imagine squeezing a pencil in between your butt cheeks and flex your cheeks, and that'll move your hips forward a little bit. So just squeeze your cheeks.
Are my legs shoulder width apart or are they together?
Slightly separated. These are just slightly separated.
Ouch, yeah, pencil sharp.
No sharp pencils. Put the eraser side down. Okay, 5 more of those. So this is a little subtle exercise that's strengthening your buttocks. You notice we're doing a lot for your hips and butt, and it's because it's important. Your butt is what helps to keep you straight. Your hips extend, so it's really important to keep those strong. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1. Good. And now let's transition onto your hands and knees for the cat and cow. A lot of you have done this in yoga. This is more flexion and extension of the spine. Move back this way a little bit. Okay, so now up and around your back. You look down as you do this. Exhale as you do this. Now come down and inhale and arch and raise it up and look as high as you can while keeping a tuck. Tuck your chin more. There you go. So now look up as high as you can without folding here. No? Good. Okay, then back up. Exhale. Good. Down and inhale. Good. And repeat. When you look up, try not to fold too high in the neck. Try to keep a slight tuck position so that you move your spine a little lower in the middle of the neck.
When do you exhale and inhale?
Really, just keep breathing. Don't worry about when. Just keep the air flowing. I like to exhale. I like to exhale when I raise my, round my back because I'm compressing, and I inhale as I come down and arch. So inhale and expand your ribs and look up. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you look down. Good. Next, we're going to transition into the bird dog exercise. This is great for your core. It's going to strengthen your stomach as well as the muscles in your back. Try to maintain a tucked chin position as you do this, and bring your opposite arm and leg up as high as you can. So, go ahead, Shauna. She did one at a time, which is fine. Try not to rotate the pelvis. Keep it flat. Lift the leg up, keeping the knees straight, focusing again on the glute, and bring your arm up high in line with your ear, focusing on the muscles in the back. Hold it for a moment and then switch.
Now I have wrist issues, so.
If you have wrist issues, you could use a dumbbell. You could put a hand on a dumbbell so your wrist is neutral. It's a little awkward because you have to release every time. Grab onto that. Let's see how you're doing, folks. Keep your chin tucked.
Keeping your hips square to the ground is hard.
Yes, it is.
That's the challenge of it, I think.
The tendency will be to rotate the hip up on that leg that's lifting. Try not to lift that hip. Good.
So you're really lifting from your glute.
Just hold for a couple seconds and switch. Breathing. I want to hear that breath. Does your wrist feel better in that position?
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's do 2 more each side.
Yeah, a lot actually.
Keep your hand underneath it so your wrist stays straight.
Well, maybe we can have the
Okay, good. Nice job. Come back up on your knees, take a break, get off your hands. Let's do some more butt squeeze. Look up nice and high. Careful of your lower back. It's okay to contract back there. It's meant to.
Are we picking up a pencil?
No. Squeeze the butt and also look up.
You gotta be careful when I squeeze the butt.
Actually, it should be closing things down. Good. Now we're going to go to a plank position. So instead of doing this on your hands, I'll have you lay on your forearms. Let's do it off of your knees. So come forward into a plank position, off of your knees, drop your hips, keeping or if you can do it off of your toes, lift your knees and keep your body straight.
Or on your knees.
Or on your knees if it's too hard. Right here, notice how the straight line from shoulder to knee here. And if you lift your knees, the straight line should go shoulder to ankle. Okay, lift. So do it off your knees there. If you can't do it off your toes, do it off your knees. That's too hard for you. Rick, that's too hard for you, Dad. So do it off of your knees. Keep your knees on the ground. Okay.
I am.
Breathing, guys. Keep breathing. Hold it. Hold it, Joe. And rest. Now, look, just stay there on the ground on your elbows and rest in a press-up position. Stretching out all the muscles you just contracted. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good job, Mom and Dad.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Keep it up. Now you're gonna go ahead and do more shoulder work while you lay on the ground. So you can just rest your forehead on the ground while your chin is tucked. Bring your arms overhead, and you're going to try to lift your arms off the mat. If this is too hard, you may not be able to get your arms off the mat, but just try. Just don't cheat, don't twist. Lay down on the ground, extend your arms overhead, and just lift your arms up, keeping your elbows straight. Excellent. Breathing, and then relax. Do it again.
That's impossible for me, Mike.
And then relax. Yeah, try one arm at a time.
Good job, Joe.
Lift and hold. Try one arm at a time, Dad, if you can't do both. Hold it. Hold it for 5, and then put it down. Okay? Hold it for 5, and then put it down. Good. Now let's go to the glutes. So now with your left, you can actually bring your arms in, interlace your fingers, and rest your forehead on your hands. And now alternate lifting your legs, keeping your knees straight. Knees extended straight. Lock your knee. And now you can do one at a time. Let's do one at a time. Focus on the glutes. Squeeze, hold, and then switch. Squeeze for 5, hold, and then switch. On this exercise, let's do 5 with your legs close together, and then 5 more with your legs separated. Good. Keep your knees straight. Too quick. Hold it for 5 seconds. Lift and hold. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Switch. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Switch. That's the tempo. Straight knee. Straighten your knee. Side, straight knee. Try to link your brain to your buttocks. Try to feel that muscle contracting to lift your leg like a crane. Breathing. Good. Okay, guys, excellent. Let's get onto your backs now. So just roll over. Get onto your backs. Actually, you may need to watch this before you land your back. We're going to do an iron cross. John, can you turn with your head towards me here on the crease on your back? Okay, this is another one that's going to rotate the spine, but it's also going to strengthen the front of the pelvis, okay, because you have to lift your leg up. So keep your knee straight, lift up your other leg, okay? Now lift your leg up as high as you can, keeping the knee straight, and then rotate to the opposite side and try to touch the heel to the ground. Good, keep the knee straight, come back, put it down. Now lift the other leg and rotate the other way. And just keep repeating this. Keep the knee straight. It may seem tight at first. You may not be able to get to the ground. Get as far as you can without pain. And hopefully over a few repetitions, you'll build up some range of motion. That's good. If you're with a partner, you want to make sure you have enough room because you'll be contacting each other here. You'll be kicking each other. No, not out, Dad. Roll the other way. In. Good. And now come back. Spread your arms to give yourself a better base. And breathe as you're doing this.
Breathe as you do it. Breathe as you do it. Keep breathing.
Exhale as you fold across and rotate your body. Breathe in as the leg's coming up. Breathe out as you rotate. And it's okay to turn your hips. One side of your hip is going to come off the mat during this exercise. That's a good thing. Rotate. Let the weight of your leg assist with its gravity in helping you to rotate. Coming across like this really stretches the hip. It's a nice stretch. Okay, excellent, guys. Now let's transition right from there. Just bend your knees and put your feet on the ground. Don't put your feet too close to your butt. Let's keep a good 12 to 18 inches. Keep your feet 12 to 18 inches away from your buttocks. Now draw your navel in to activate your core and to help tilt your pelvis and get into a good position. And while you're holding that, drive your butt up towards the ceiling and exhale. Hold, and then back down slowly. Good. And inhale. Draw your navel in, butt back up, and exhale.
Exhale up, Joe. Go up and exhale. Go.
Down. Keep going.
Down and inhale.
Just worry about yourself. Up and exhale. Focus on what you're doing. Good. Down and inhale. And repeat. Keep your knees straight. Good. And again. Now the goal here is to get up quite high. So we talked about that straight line on a couple exercises. Imagine drawing a laser line, shooting it from your shoulder to your knee right through your hip. Is your hip high enough? If not, try to push it up higher. Good, slow and controlled, deep breaths. I like to push my arms into the mat as I'm lifting my hips to work the back of my shoulders at the same time. Because in that position with the hips up, your shoulder is extended. 3 more. Up, squeeze, and down. 2 more. On the last one, we're going to stay up there a little longer. Now hold this, stay up there, and now try to push up higher without coming down. Great, not with your hands. Push your arms into the ground, and nope, don't lock behind. You want to try to feel these muscles we're trying to work, especially when you're isolating. Okay. I can't read what I wrote next, so we're going to skip that one. Now, guys, we're going to get back up. We're going to stand up. You guys have done great. I want to do a little more to get the heart rate up slightly, just a couple exercises, and then we're finished. So we're going to go back to the step, and we're going to step up from the side. It's going to be a side high step up, okay? And then we're going to do a step down. So you'll face down the stairs and repeat stepping down and back up. And then we're going to finish with one more set of sit to stands. Get those legs nice and strong, and then we'll be finished. So 3 more things. All right, so get to your step and approach the stair sideways and lead, step up and back down and back up and back down. Good. Keeping the chin tucked, tall spine. You might feel like you need to look down. Are you okay there? Get to those stairs. All right, keep going. You're doing great. You should never have any chest pain or tunnel vision or see any stars when you're exercising. If you do, take a break, breathe, relax, have a seat. You shouldn't feel dizzy either. Side step ups. Let's go, Dad. Good. Now we're all moving. Two more, and then we're going to turn the other way. Okay, now turn around. Try to, when you step up, try to really straighten that leg you're stepping up with, and put the other foot down after that knee is mostly straight. Good. Breathing. I lost count. How are we doing, folks? That's probably good. Now step up onto the stair and turn around. Do you need a break? Take a break.
No.
If not, we're going to do step downs. This really emphasizes the quadriceps.
So what are we doing?
So let me back this up. This step's a little high for this, but step up on there. And now step all the way down with your right foot. And now all the way down with both. Now put your right foot back up there. I'll help you. The step's high. And push yourself up. Down. Right.
To the back?
No. All to the front. This step is too high for this exercise. Good job, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, you guys look good.
I can see all that glute work is working. Oh, careful, go slow. Okay, so let's do a few on the other side.
You just hold my hand.
And hold my hand. Good. What happened?
It's hard to step backwards.
Okay. Okay, and good. Now step down, all the way down, turn around, you're done. That's finished. One more exercise, Mom. Let's finish strong. Back to the chairs, ladies and gentlemen. Sit to
Okay.
20 sit to stands to finish.
Cut that up.
Let's take a break. Have a seat. Have a seat, take a break, and then we'll do this to finish up. You look very relaxed.
I am very relaxed. Actually, I'm coming down a little bit.
How you guys doing?
Well, I gotta go order that triple Big Mac. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't forget your hot fudge sundae.
All right. Are you guys, do you need more rest? Are you okay?
Yeah?
Okay. Let's begin. 20 sit to stands. Same form. Okay. Arch your lower back. Stick your, tilt your pelvis slightly.
Should we show this from the side? Does it matter?
Sure. So give me a bad seating posture. So a lot of times we'll sit in this slump position. I want you to sit up tall, tilt your pelvis, get this little arch in your lower back, tuck your chin. You can hinge forward at the hip while you maintain this. Okay, come down, just stay there. So this is your starting position. Okay, arms up in front, and now push yourself up, down and sit all the way, but stay in that position. Good. Some chairs are too low, and if it's too low, you could get a cushion or something that will elevate your buttocks up a few inches and make it a lot easier. Dad, I see your knees buckling there on the push, so no, keep your feet where they are. Just be aware of your knee. Nope, they're still buckling. I think that's your feet. Try to put more weight on the outside of your feet as you push up. That's better. And then breathe out every time. Breathe in as you come down. Slow down. Control this. It's not a race. Good. Okay, is that 5? So 15 more. Nobody balked at that.
We trust you, but I don't believe you.
How many is that? I have no idea. How about 5 more?
It's about
1.
20. It's about 20.
4 more to finish. Finish strong. 3. 2 more. 1 more. All right. And done.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you.
Good job, Mom and
That
Dad.
was great.
Wow, Mike and Shauna.
Good
I
job.
gotta tell you, Mike, having Shauna there and doing it as a guide is great.
Good. Excellent.
Gets me moving too.
And I don't have to do it.
Excellent.
You just need to
Thanks,
think
everybody.
about it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, I gotta fix the speakers.
Okay. Good job. I'll send you the YouTube